Hello everyone, hello everyone, hello everyone, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, ASMRJ. Welcome back everyone, welcome back, welcome back. I'm back. As of recording this video, it has been 98 days since I've uploaded, and I believe that video was recorded in advance, so it had at least been over 100 days since I've recorded. So to start off to say, I'm sorry. I didn't want this to happen. I wanted to continue to record a bunch, and have like a stockpile, because I knew I was going to get busy, and I didn't do it, and I got busier, quicker than I thought what was going to happen. So I didn't stockpile. I tried recording a few times. I wrote a book, but the part I wrote was a different book I was writing. So I read the entire prologue, and that video was like an hour long, and I did want to upload it. I tried uploading a few other things, recording a few other things, and none of them felt right. And by then, the days had turned into weeks, and they turned into months. So I just stopped recording, and that made me upset. And then I got busy, so I couldn't do it. So I'm going to explain, kind of be a welcome back. But with that being said, videos are coming back. Summer's coming, so I'm not going to have school. I was taking finals. I've taken some finals, not all my finals. I saw finals week coming up. But I got a lot of stuff done. So I'm going to start uploading more. I have a few things I already want to do. I have a lot more LEGO reviews I can do. By that, at least 5. I'm fairly confident at least 5. I'm looking at a few sets. I have one saying right here. That was one I was going to record literally like 3 months ago at this point. We're going to do a mini kind of LEGO review. I'm going to put that in quotes tonight when I'm talking about some things. But yeah, that's coming down the pipeline. I have some some role plays I want to do. You guys seem to have loved that. A secret agent investigates you. It has like 4.8k views at this point, I believe. Could be a little off. But that's really cool. So I might do more of that. I have some other game store review role plays I want to do, and LEGO store role plays, and doctor role plays. You know, things like the common ASMR things. You know. So let me know in the comments down below what you want that. Also, okay, we originally supposed to have a 100 subscriber special and answer questions, and I didn't do it. So then we're going to do it at 200, and then I disappeared. And now we are closing in. We are 6 subscribers short of 300. So here's the deal. I'm going to move all the questions, and I'm going to open other questions, and I'm going to use the previous questions from 200 and 100, and we're going to do it all for 300. I promise it's going to happen for 300. Okay. I think that's all my like stuff I got to get out of the way there. We're now going to start the channel. We're going to start the video of where I've been. So I mentioned a few months ago at this point that I got auditioned for Newsies at a local civic theater in my city of which I go to school, and I auditioned for the part of Jack Kelly, and I got it. And I knew that was going to be a lot of work, but I've done a lot of bigger roles, but I never thought of anything this big. The only thing I compare it to of characters I've done that have been this big is when I was Mr. Green in Clue. That was a lot. This is nothing. Like this is like an egregious amount. So it was like the amount as Mr. Green, like more than the amount of Mr. Green, and singing the height of when I was singing as Sky when I did Mamma Mia, but like even higher. So the difficulty was really amped up, and a lot of you may not know this, but during a lot of the big dance breaks of Newsies, Jack Kelly, Jeremy Jordan, or other actors who have played Jack Kelly, they leave the stage. And they don't dance. They only come out, they do their singing, because it's a lot, and Jack Kelly has a lot to do. My director I'm gonna say wanting to show me off. That's kind of egotistical. I'm just gonna say that, but it's not true. We just needed numbers, in my opinion, probably. I don't know for sure. They wanted me on stage for all the dance numbers, right? They thought, oh, I'm the lead character, we're gonna put you out. That was a lot, and having to do an entire first act and then having to sing Santa Fe, it took a beat out of me. I'm what's considered a baritone. So, if you know woman's voice, there's the soprano, then the alto, and there's mestizos and middles and piccolos, if you want to call it that, which is basically just soprano but higher or whatever. There's a lot, but when it comes down to basic, there's a high voice, which are your sopranos, then there's your lower girl's voice, which is your altos, and then you have your mestizos and your middles, right in the middle. So for guys, the high guy voice is called a tenor, and the low guy's voice is called a bass. Most modern Broadway shows are all tenor, because tenor have the really high, big notes. Those big notes. A lot of people don't really care about those basses anymore, or they do, but just not as much. So I'm what's considered a baritone. So you have your tenor, you have your bass, and in the middle of that, you have a baritone. I believe it's the most common man voice, but it's the hardest to master, because I am lucky. I have been kind of blessed in a way. I have an amazing voice teacher who's helped me a lot along the way of my singing career. Baritones, they can really hit that middle, and they can really go down, be basses, and they can be somewhat tenors. I have a large enough range that when I'm in choirs and stuff, honors choirs and things like that, I have done both tenor part and bass part, as long with like baritone stuff as well, because I have quite a large range. It's really not impressive. There's a lot of people who are a lot more impressive than me. I'm really nothing special, but I can do both. So when I auditioned for Newsies, I had to sing Santa Fe, which makes sense because I was going for Jack Kelly. But they didn't have me do the really high, the A, if anyone knows the A at the end, or A flat, whatever, sorry, the end of the song. They didn't have me do it. But that's really high. And for someone like me, it's really, really high. So that whole first act, with all that work I was doing, all that dancing I was doing, I was constantly drinking water and tea and a special music elixir that one of my friends has made. He's in a band, so he made it, and it's really good for the voice. And that helped me. I didn't really get that until when our performances started, and it just relaxes, because tea itself doesn't help the voice. The warm does. The warm does relax. It's not the tea, it's the warm. So you can really drink anything warm. My voice teacher used chicken broth, so he can get that, or like chicken noodle soup, so he gets that like warmth, and he gets some nutrition before he goes on stage. But you did something warm, really, really relaxes it. So it was a lot of work, and after Newsies, I had nothing left in here, no voice. If we would have done any more performances, I don't think I would have gave a performance, but I don't know if I would have made it. All my Santa Fe's were great. I was very happy. There was only one time where my A at the end, my Fe, was not great. It 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 was not great. But I was able to pick up and did better for every other show. That was my second show. Was when it was it took me a long time to master it. It took a lot of work, a lot of time studying to get that song. It really is a lot of work, folks, but I love musical theater. It teaches you a lot how to go in front of people. So to represent Newsies, my time, hopefully it doesn't reflect too much. I have my script. I have to put my hand right here because it reviews my full name. That's my full name on there. My director put our full name. And we're back. Sorry about that. I did all that work not to reveal my name, but I think I did. So this is the first time ever in a script. I've done shows basically my entire life. This is the first time I've ever highlighted my part. I never highlighted my part before, and honestly, highlighting it here just gave me like an understanding. I didn't use it to like to practice my lines. I used it more for just spacing. So my strategy for learning lines is bad. What I'm about ready to tell you is bad. Do not listen to me. Do not do this. It's bad. I do not learn my line. Okay, I learned my line, but the way I learn my line is I learn the line before me, in the line after me, and then I knew my line needs to go in the middle. That's always been my strategy. This results in a few things. One, I know everyone else's lines and know where everyone else needs to be. The second, I don't know my lines. It takes me usually a bit longer than most people to get all their lines in the show, especially because it was a lot, but I honestly think I did really, really well in the show. I really studied everything. But I knew everyone else's lines, so when they messed up, I could tell them, but when I messed up, they didn't know what mine was. So it's not a good strategy, but like, I could do this entire show by memory at this point because I have memorized everyone's lines. So you can also see my notes, like it says eeping here. I put some random stuff in here. So let me try to do like the beginning of the show. So the opening overture happens, whatever, and then my character. I'm gonna try to get into my New York. It's been a while. It took me a while to get New York, and it's probably not good right now. It took me a while to get to my New York. I used to have to say some lines, but now it kind of naturally gets in there. I'm gonna so the line I usually have to say is working girl, eh? Doing what? My name's Jack Kelly. You know, it's not really that good. It's an okay New York accent. I don't know. I have some friends who are from Manhattan and one who's from Long Island, and I show them the video of this voice, and they said it was terrible. So I tried to do an old-timey New York. Most people did. There were some people, most named parts they did in New York. Davey didn't. Davey was a really good friend of mine, but he didn't do New York. It's fine. So the show starts. He said, "Where are you going? Where do you think you're going? Morning bell ain't rung yet. Get back to sleep." And then Crutchy goes, "I want to beat the other fellas to the street. I don't want anyone should see I ain't been walking so good." And my character would say, "Quit your griping. You know how many guys fake a limp for sympathy? That gimp leg you got is a gold mine." And then Crutchy does that, and he falls. And, okay, that's just a little bit of my line. But if you told me a page of the script, or at least told me a scene, I definitely could get it. So there's more my blocking and stuff. Singing the prologue, which is very fun. Okay, and this is going to bring me to the next part of the story. I'm going to go back to just being me, 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 just being me. My co-star, Catherine, the lady who was playing Catherine. The show, if you know Newsies. If you know the Newsies, Jack and Catherine, they have this love story, like enemies to lovers type thing, right? So, she had lost her voice about 2 weeks before the show, around that. That's not a good thing to happen, but she was able to get her voice back about a few days before the opening night. She does very well. She did very well. Problem was, she told everyone, including me, that she had just lost her voice. Guys, I have to kiss her. This is all important. This is all important. Well, I ended up getting sick after she had apparently lost her voice, and I told her I got sick, and she told me I was scared that was going to happen. I actually was sick, and that kind of upset me a little bit, guys. I'm not going to lie, because she had said she just lost her voice, and we continued to do the kissing scenes. There's in the show, there's 4 times we kissed. And some of them were long and drawn out. So for that reason, I'm not going to say it was 100% her fault. I'm sure I could have took better precautions. But I got sick. And I got sick 4 days before the show. 5. Yep, 5. And she had been sick for, again, over a week. So I was so scared. I called my mom. I said, "I can't sing. My voice hurts." And I was really scared. We ended up getting to a doctor, and the doctor was able to give me a lot of antibiotics. I told him the situation. I told him, "This is what's up, doc. What's up, doc?" And he was really helpful. He was a fantastic doctor. And he was really helpful for getting me back to my health. And I was able to complete the show. I was getting my voice back. It definitely wasn't 100%. But I'm going to keep flipping through this. Right, Karen, and we're able to get it back. So this show has taken up so much of my time. One weird thing, a couple of funny things happened. So during opening night, my Santa Fe, the biggest moment, probably the biggest moment of the show, right? We had like this brick wall, like fake brick wall part that we put on some backdrops to make like a brick wall. So it was like a panel almost. Well, during opening night, we had some extra paneling backstage, and while some of our backstage group was moving stuff backstage and some tables and stuff, a bunch of that paneling ended up falling. So when I'm in a very emotional moment, when I believe it was, just be real, that's all I'm asking, not some painting in my head. Again, terrible notes because I'm whispering. This is not coming out. It's also higher. I gotta be a lot louder when I'm doing it. All you heard was these panels fall, and they kind of like hit the table, so they kind of like sprung back and forth because they're kind of like a little bendy. So they went dum 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 dum, and it was very loud. And I went up to my director after the show, and they said, "You were stomping during that?" And I'm like, "No." They thought I was stomping because at the beginning of the song, I'm very pissed. Sorry, I'm very angry because we just got stomped. So I'm very upset, and I like slammed my leg onto the ground where I'm on top of some scaffolding, and it makes a really loud bang. So they thought I was just stomping. I was not. So that was one thing. Okay, this is funny. So during one of the scenes, we get chased by a character named Snyder, me, Davey, and a little kid named Les. Also, our Les was fantastic. I just met the kid. He was actually played by a kid, and he was fantastic. And that kid is going to go a lot of places in life, and I can't wait to see where he goes. And I can't wait to be with him in more shows. So during that scene, we get chased, and my director wanted us to basically run out to the audience and run around because it can be fun, whatever. So this was the map I drew. I had to redraw it like 4 times before we finally got it, like, because my director kept changing us where they wanted to run because of seating and like where most likely people would be, what kind of people were going. We had a large group from a local nursing home come, and that kind of like changed a lot of things in our availability of groundwork. I did it again. My full name is also on the back. I forgot it was on the back. I leaked myself again. My full name. I can't do that. That's bad. So now we're just gonna be done with it. The script. Great script. I gotta keep it. Not everyone else gotta like keep it. And I kind of told my director, "Can I please have it?" Because it was kind of like it's definitely the biggest part I've played. It was the most like. It was a big moment. So I asked if I could keep it, and they said yes. So I was really happy. So now, for a little bit, as I'm closing up, we're gonna look at this. We're gonna do a mini Lego review. I use that in quotes because this is fake Lego. My parents got me this Christmas. You should have saw that in my Christmas haul. It's a fake Lego set. A newsstand, newsies, whatever, It's what they got at me for. A lot of that stuff was newsies themed because it's a pretty big moment in my stage acting career. So I guess we'll get this out of the way. This is a cord that's hooked up back here to all these little strings. It's hooked to lights, 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 to lights. Kind of dusty because I haven't done anything. And the lights are actually real cool in the set. The pieces themselves, they feel mostly like Lego. They look like Lego, but they aren't. They do not click in nicely, and they kind of bend and they break very easily. Like none of these pieces, it took so long to line them up because they do not click in good at all. This Lego guy, this fake Lego guy, this newsman, like a newsstand owner, came with a bunch of extra arms and legs, and I wondered why. Why would they do that? Because they break so easily when you're trying to put them together. So I was like, oh, that's why they did it. I think I broke, especially the left arm, like 5 times. They gave you so many extra. But this is a cool set. It's a cool display piece. The lights are cool. I haven't had it lit up in a long time. I think I've only had it like on a few times because it is very bright and there's a lot of lights. There's lights like all along the front here, and in this light pole, and this like little stand that like spins somehow. I don't like that. You just spin it. But it's really cool. There's lights like inside it too. It's a really cool model. But, alright, everybody. I want to start closing this up. So that's basically where I've been. I've been really, 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 really busy with newsies. And again, I'm very sorry for not being here, but videos are coming, I promise. Also, again, with finals. So I'm going to try to get ahead. Hopefully, this is the first one back of many. And I cannot wait to make more content. I love making ASMR content. I also love role plays, like stage actor, of course. So I'm going to try to do more role plays. So again, please leave comments down below for the 300 subscriber special. I'll also make a post. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made this far, please like and subscribe. I forgot to say that at the beginning. Subscribe down below. I think it would be right there. Or it's right there. I don't know. With that being said, thank you all for watching.